This is a quick how-to video on how to make your car's paint job go from this to this. Let's get to it. So as you can see here, there is orange peel, some minor imperfections. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and wet sand this down to hopefully achieve a much better finish. So what I'm going to be using today is going to be an 800 grit sandpaper, 1000 grit, 2000. I also have 3000 and 5000. So here I'm starting with the 800 grit sandpaper. I'm going to go ahead and wet sand smoothly, not too much pressure. Let the sandpaper do its job. Be very careful with those edges, as you don't want to burn through the paint. After a couple of passes with the 800 grit sandpaper, this is what you want to achieve. You want that right there. You don't want this. If it's still shiny like that, you see those little areas, you got to keep on going. You're not done yet. Make sure that you're constantly checking up on your work. Dry the surface up so that that can determine if you want to keep on going or if you have to stop. Helpful tips to always keep in mind when you're doing this process. Take your time. Don't rush it. Watch the edges. So this area was hit with the 800, followed by the 1000. Now I'm going to go with the 2000. The area has now been wet sanded with 2000 grit sandpaper. As you can see, it's still a little dull, but if you come from an angle, you can see a reflection, and that's progress. It's now time to move on to the 3000. So it has now been wet sanded with 3000 grit. The reflection is looking much nicer. Now we got to go ahead and hit it with the 5000 grit. So you kind of see what's happening here. I've wet sanded this down with 5000 grit. The reflection is much nicer. It's time to hit it with compound now. So this is what this piece of the wagon looks like now with the compound. We hit it with compound. So let me give you a quick recap of what we did here. A lot of orange peel, went with 1000, got it really dull, right? A lot of scratches. It was really scratched up that it just got dull. Hit it with 2000, made the scratches much smaller. 3000, 5000, you get the point. Nano scratches. And then we hit it with compound. The scratches are super fine. Then we're going to hit it with polish, and then we're going to wax it. But we're not going to be doing that here on this video. Just wanted to show you guys what you guys can achieve by taking these steps. You see my 58 in the background right there. This is nice. This was painted like at a 1 or 2 day paint job, shop, whatever. But it came out really nice. Looks like a mirror. Looks like glass. Now remember, always go light on the edges or stay at least 1/4 of an inch away from them. You don't want to burn through them. I started with 800 grit sandpaper because my orange peel was pretty bad. But if yours isn't as bad, you can start with 1500 or maybe even 2000. I really hope that this video helps some of you guys. I've seen a couple of videos on YouTube where you get on there and the guy's just talking for minutes and minutes and minutes. I wanted to get straight to the point. There you go.